Breaking news this evening. It's almost New Year's, and the boys are still waiting on their turbos, and the Truestreet world is tripping out over wings. Let's check in.
It's easy. Easy.
Terry is still gay. Terry is still gay. Terry is still gay. Terry is still gay.
Mike's gonna need a ride from the airport in a few days. After that one, I'm not real sure. You're gonna have to Uber.
You would never do that to your best friend. Come on.
Is that all you guys do in Canada when it's this type of weather? Just do donuts in the front yard?
That's it. Hey, when there's snow on the ground, there's nothing else to do but take the trucks out and do donuts in the yard. That's what we do. My favorite thing was when ChatGPT made this. I'm going to put this on everything from now on.
What do you have to tell ChatGPT in order to put such a good-looking guy on there?
I found that picture and I said, can you please make this say I approve this message? And I wanted it like government. You know how at the end they're like, so-and-so approves this message. Oh my God. I don't know. I have a lot of fun making those every time. What's happening, James? Let's say our usual hellos.
We started right at the bottom.
Oh my God. Start right at the bottom. Oh yeah. Oh no. Missed it. New sticker. Absolutely. Yeah, I might. Yeah, you know what? That is the best idea I've heard to date. Thank you so much. I wasn't even thinking about that, but Brad's definitely getting a message tomorrow. We need some new stickers made. 100%. I'm going to put those all over everyone's cars at every race I go to. That's amazing. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. So who we got in here? Let me go back to the beginning. Takes me forever to catch up, but Donkey, you were almost first. I was actually online early today. Terry was the later one for the first time, I think, ever.
I was on
before him, and only by a few minutes. It's happening, Billy Buzz. Happy New Year's to everybody. We wanted to squeeze in one final show because next Sunday I'll be traveling and there's all kinds of stuff going on. It's just too much to do. So I figured this weekend would be better. Wish everyone a happy New Year's before. When is New Year's? Wednesday? New Year's Eve?
Wednesday.
Yeah,
Thursday.
I think it's
New Year's Eve is Wednesday.
Oh, New Year's Day is Thursday, yeah. The party is Wednesday. There's the man. You know, this guy, I messaged him today and he said if I would like to have him on the show, I need to speak to his booking agent in order to he's got to check the calendar. I was like, oh, hey.
He's a busy guy. Have you not seen the post?
I know. He's a busy guy, and he does do a lot of good, he pumps out a lot of good product. I'll give him that, but I guess he's become a celebrity now. It's harder to get him on our show here, but eventually I'll drag him on here to talk with us. What's up, Caveman Garage? Welcome back. I know, back-to-back weekends this time. That's very rare for that to happen. So, yeah, and we were on time just for New Year's. Once a year, we're going to make sure that we're on time. Just for New Year's show.
We're always on time.
Uh-oh. Question to everybody. Can you hear background music?
The porn music again? Is that what you got going on? You know what?
Poor Terry. Poor Terry always gets the brunt of the... Look at that. By the way, if no one else has noticed,
How could you not notice this big, beautiful stash?
Terry has now gone from baby face to
Yeah,
PDF.
you guys mess with him too much.
Oh, God. Good start. What's up, Cody? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. What else we got here? Didn't Mike say no one would be at... I didn't say no one would be. I said the car count would be less, I figured, because it's in an awkward spot. But I was wrong. There were still lots of cars there. I don't know what's happening with... Do you know what happened with Day or Die? Is this the last one they're doing or something? I read something about, like, this is the last one they're doing. I don't know if that's rumor or... Oh, big this... What? Again, we're starting with the English as a third language.
You must be. What are you
Oh,
drinking?
big this shit show again.
Having a coffee?
Yes. I'm drinking coffee tonight because alcohol is bad for you. New Year, new me, you know? So we gotta drink coffee. I need to get back to the U.S. I'm running low on opioids. We're down to 4 rations here. Oh, what's going on? So how was everyone's Christmas? Everybody have a good Christmas? Anyone get anything really cool? E's and B's, you got to be on early to catch Terry's segments at the very beginning, but maybe we'll run it back. We'll maybe run it back later in the night for the people in the back. It's happening. Merry Christmas. Sorry I'm late. No, definitely not in the ditch yet. It's early. Can you hurry back? Happy New Year. Can you hurry back? See you and Buis can fix my ship box so I can gap your ass next race. I mean, it's always good to dream big at New Year's, but we'll see how that goes. But yes, absolutely, Timmy. I'm happy to help you whenever I get back, which will be soon, hopefully. Oh my God, Terry. Is that a young Chuck Norris? When did Terry become a cop? Do look kind of like a cop with that mustache. Our boy David Campbell in the house. Thank you for watching and coming to hang out with us on this fine Sunday evening. Terry needs to put Billy's truck in the background since they're getting married. Is there something you haven't told us yet, Terry? The African tribe saying, I thought it was a nice touch. I didn't realize Terry's universal worldwide. Even the tribes respect Terry. Got an ounce of skunky weed for Christmas. Okay, that's not a bad thing. You know what I found? Is these things. There's the camera here. So, if you have back issues or back spasms or have trouble sleeping, I highly suggest trying these sours by spinach. Sounds disgusting, but blue raspberry watermelon definitely helps with any sleeping issues, helps loosen your back up. I hate taking pills, so I'm not a big pill guy. Theory, the Billy stash looks good. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Are you trying to copy your boy with the mustache?
Yeah. This guy right here.
Look at that wheelie. That was back. That's way back. How old is that picture?
I got a few saved.
Sure you do.
Gay.
Gay. Our boy Pro Tree videos in the house.
Tried to find my Pro Tree.
Hope you had a good holidays. So yeah, how was your Christmas, Terry? Get anything interesting?
Nope.
That's exciting.
What can I say? I have everything I want.
Oh, you have everything you want in life? That's so nice.
Yep. The girls are spoiled rotten, so that's really all that matters.
So Santa's missed you once again this year?
Yeah, brought all the stuff for the kids. I don't know how that worked
Figured.
out.
It's been many years since you've been a good boy, so makes sense. What did I do? It's been snowing here in Canada. Today it's freezing rain. So my driveway is now a complete ice rink. We did some work on a few customer stuff in the last week. So I'm trying to bang out as much stuff as I can before heading back down there. What else is going on? Terry's looking for some moist. That's why. It's possible.
I got you. Hold on.
Uh-oh. Look, he's going to fade out into the truck. Oh, no. He's coming back.
I get my fucking moist muffins hat on here since we're talking about it, you know?
How old was Billy when the pic was taken?
We're not
I don't
sponsored, but we will be.
I don't know how old Billy was back then. So, today we are going to be wrapping up some stuff for the year. Our buddy Happy should be on momentarily, I think in about 5-10 minutes.
He said he
We're
was he's shaving his legs or something, and then he'd be on.
Oh, he's got to shave his legs first?
Yeah.
I got you. Our buddy Nick was supposed to come on from True North Turbos. I don't know if he'll make it or not. He said he'll try later, but we'll see what happens. Santa was on point this year. Epoxy floor and then, oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
See, those are all useful gifts.
Yeah. Listen up, Santas.
I got a tracksuit for the gym. So now I have a leisure suit. I can stroll on in there.
Leisure suit, Mike. I like that.
A leisure suit. I got, what else did I get this year? Not a lot, really. Oh, I got some new streaming equipment for this season to try to step up our YouTube game, which I know I suck at. I have so much footage on that GoPro of like multiple events that I never got around to making videos of, but never heard of a leisure suit? I'm going to show you what it is when I get back to Florida.
Leisure suit Larry.
Yeah, leisure suit Larry.
That was the best.
That game, remember that game back in like
How could I forget it?
90s?
The first real game I ever played.
Yeah.
Countless
That was
hours.
like the first, I'd say that was the first version of, what's that game everyone's been waiting for now? Grand Theft Auto? Leisure Suit Larry was like the primitive version of Grand Theft, was it not?
I mean, it was.
You went around,
That's what you
and you
mean.
picked up chicks, and then you tried to go to the strip club at the end.
I mean,
That's pretty much the same, similar.
yeah. Well, that's like saying if I had wheels, I'd be a bike.
I guess so. Similar. I don't know. That game was huge back in the day. I do not have any word yet, but we are definitely planning to do North versus South 3, ideally. I just need to speak to the track. It's been a weird season with them this year, so we'll work out details because they weren't really supposed to be open this year, but now they are, which is great news. So now we're kind of scrambling to get everything back in order, where last year it was kind of more concrete that they were going to be open. So I apologize for not having any news yet, but I am definitely working on it. See, we're not the only ones.
It was good.
I hope it's not from Canadian Amazon, the camera equipment. I don't think it's from Amazon. Someone was asking about, according to Rockingham, streaming stuff is worthless. I know there was a lot of back and forth about this on Facebook. In my opinion, and this is my opinion, I don't know what you think, Terry. I think streaming helps the events, because if no one ever streamed events, you would never even know about them. Do you know what I mean? I think Dig or Die became as big as it was because of people like Corey, Spooled Media, there streaming the events, because I didn't know what Dig or Die was till I saw the live feed. So I probably wouldn't have gone to it before seeing it on a live feed. And then once I saw it on the live feed, I was like, oh man, I got to get to this event. This looks bad as hell.
Yeah, I wouldn't know what 3/4 of these tracks are without being able to see them.
That's what I mean. Do I think streaming hurts it? I see it from both sides.
Overall, though.
Overall, I don't think it hurts anything, because I mean, I see it from the point of view where they're like, I'm going to turn this music off because I have a feeling it's loud. I can hear it. They say, well, there's 800 people watching a stream or 1,000 people watching a stream. That could be 1,000 people in the seats there. But it doesn't quite work like that, because those 1,000 people could be in Canada, California, Europe. It's not like everyone can just afford to pack up and take their family down to North Carolina to watch a race because they want to see Dig or Die. So I understand for local stuff where they're like, well, a lot of local people stay at home and watch the live, but I don't know if that's true or not. Because if you're local to something, I'm sure if it's a good event, you're going to want to go and see it.
I mean, it just comes down to it. I knew that there wasn't going to be a stream here. There was no shot I was going to that regardless. Now, would I have watched it on stream? Absolutely. But I had zero intentions on going.
Yeah.
Like I would have been one of those guys. The stream wasn't what was preventing me from going.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I 100% would have turned on a stream and watched it.
Yeah, I would have watched it too. I mean, everyone would have watched it, and people did watch it. There was a stream that was streaming it, and then it got cut off, and then
there was a stream that they let him stream until small tire. They didn't want him streaming small tire. So he streamed all the other classes, and when small tire came up, he'd have to shut it down every time. And then I think they ended up just shutting him down altogether. But
yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's a good thing, honestly.
I don't either. I think leading up to it, those guys do a good job putting out hype videos from the year before. Like, I think there's so much more to it than just live streaming that one event. The leading up to it, all the videos after the fact. I know they can still go and record, but it's not the same.
Yeah. I don't have my Christmas gift here. I'd show you what Ash got me, but because I see this comment, which I was explaining, I got streaming equipment, but obviously that went over. I don't have it here with me though. It's in the shop and I can't go get it now. So, yeah. I think streaming that's what brings the audience. Like, I love when we have a live stream at our events, because not everyone can come down to Immokalee, Florida to watch an event. Does it mean it's a shitty event? No. It's just geographically, it's in a tough spot. So it lets people see all the local racers. It lets people who follow, like even all these people that are in the chat here, most of them follow this style of racing. So they want to see, like, you know, they want to see the people they follow. They want to see the live feed. It did suck this weekend. I was watching some of the live feed, and then I was just scrolling through Facebook, because, you know, people are always going to post races anyway. Like, this is so-and-so's, you know, so you could catch it. It just was a lot more work to see the races you wanted to see. It would be interesting to see if they had more attendance this race over previous races because of it. That would be the true tell for them.
I mean, not according to Ben.
Okay, well, there you go.
I wasn't there.
I mean, car count, I can't hold against them. The timing was pretty bad.
The reschedule.
But they still had a lot of cars there, considering it was in between Christmas and New Year's. Like, that's probably one of the worst times to have a race because everyone's traveling around for family stuff. You know, it's hard. I don't even have my truck here, so it was not even an option.
But you would have watched it anyway. Like I said, you'd have been one of those. Yeah, I don't think the numbers. I don't think they think about it like that. I think they see those numbers and that's where they stop. 1,000 people watching the stream isn't 1,000 people that's going to go. Very small percentage of those guys are going to go. Or I don't think anybody ever says I'm either going to go, but if there's a stream, I'm not. I don't think that's what's.
No, and I don't think so too. And a lot of people even said when they come to a race with kids and stuff, they put the race on in their RVs or whatever. And sometimes it's cold. That one digger die that we went to was fucking cold. You did not want to stand outside, like unless you had a fire going or you had a heated jacket. I was not sitting there on the stands freezing my balls off waiting because, you know, the other thing is there's a huge wait. If anything happens, if there's any kind of anything breaking, then there's a long period of time you'll be sitting there waiting. Look what happened to us. What race was it? Even in Orlando? We had that one guy scatter the motor and it put the race back 2 hours or whatever it was, an hour and however long, but it definitely stretched everything later for sure. I would have never got into no prep if there wasn't any. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think live feeds are just part of this business. Maybe it'll take some people away from coming live, but like I said, if it's a good race or a good event, people are going to come and watch it. War in the Woods has never had an issue with spectator count. If anything, it gets too busy. I saw half the spectators on the live last night. Totally agree. So, I don't know. It was their call. It's their event. People got to try new things. Like I said, I can see it from both sides. So, they both have valid points. Did it work out in their favor or not? That's for them to know. And really, that's it. Maybe won't do it again. I wasn't going to travel 11 hours the day after Christmas. That's what I'm saying.
That was part of it, for sure.
That was just because they had bad weather. They had a better date before because it was the weekend before PRI. It was the first weekend in December because Mike and I were talking about going, but after all the racing we did, I was like, man, I need a break. I'm burnt out. And then it got canceled anyway. And I'm like, well, that just put the nail in the coffin for sure. But in the meantime, we bought a 3-car trailer. I don't know what we're going to do with it, but we have one now. For one day when we decide to take 3 cars somewhere. I thought it had the usual turnout. Okay.
He was there. So.
He would know.
Yeah.
They had that small tire car on Extreme Street again.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Puppy kickers.
Kicking sons of bitches. Uh-oh.
Hey,
Oh,
get ready.
Hold on. Special announcement. We've got someone has entered the chat here.
Oh, man.
Terry, I'm going to be straight with you. Your results came in, you definitely sat on a sausage. Please come in.
Now welcome our special guest, H&S Escobar, aka Happy.
What's happening, buddy?
I don't know what you did.
That was amazing.
We gotta give you a special intro. You're
I'm a bet. The best part was the sausage and Terry sitting on it.
What did I do?
His doctor called. I just relayed the messages. I don't know what this guy's up to at Christmas, but he does some strange things.
Holy cow. That was awesome. What are you guys talking about? I'm ready to hop in here with you guys.
We were just talking about, people were asking about Dig or Die, the lack of live feeds, what our thoughts were on that. And like I said, I was just saying, I can see it both ways. I see it like they think that it's going to lose spectators because people are going to stay home to watch the live. But on the other hand, if there wasn't a live, then no one would really even know about that race at all. So
I agree. I see it both ways too. I've been saying it for years. And I don't know if there's any way to really tell if live feeds are hurting or helping. I feel like you put on the best event you possibly can, and you just hope the racers, the spectators are going to show up. You want to put on a good show. I like the live feeds, all of them. That's why I welcome quite a few, honestly, to show our event. Like, I think that's what built War in the Woods.
yeah, that was one of my examples. Is nobody would even know about these events if they hadn't watched it live. Like, I wouldn't know what Dig or Die was before seeing Corey's live feed, so it would have never enticed me to go there to race there.
Yep.
Or to think that I would have traveled into the middle of Ohio or somewhere, or like KD. If I wouldn't have seen that place, there's no way I drove into the middle of the woods into a town that's got 1,000 people living in it to go there just to try it on a whim. There's no way.
And the events that we can't make, I mean, as much as all of us travel, I'm trying to watch it too. I was trying to hop on everybody's live that was popping up and going live yesterday. Well, then I had people messaging me, "Hey, do you know who's live?" So I would send it, like, "Hey, this dude's live right now." And I mean, everybody, like, there's so many people, and especially right after Christmas, not going to drive across the country to go to an event. People still doing family stuff.
Second family stuff.
Yeah. I mean, just everything, getting ready for New Year's, all of it. So I don't know. I hated that they didn't allow like Corey to do the live feed, because that's the one it seems like we're always watching. But it was still cool to be able to sit there and watch somebody on the starting line film with a phone. I mean, whatever, we got to see it.
Yeah, a lot of people that's one of those big streamed events that go across the country. That's what I was saying. You're not going to find a lot of people that are that committed to watching a race to drive from Canada, let's say, in between Christmas and New Year's, 11 hours to go watch Dig or Die live. It wasn't even on my radar of options of things to do. Right. But it definitely would have been nice to see a proper live feed. And I don't know if there's some way that events can monetize, or I don't know. There is no real way to do it. It's just,
I think it's time for certain events that are really established to possibly look into the pay-per-view deal.
Yeah.
And, and I've discussed it with other guys, and keep it cheap. Like me and Jeff had talked about it before. I've talked about it with other people too, doing like $19 or something live feed for the entire weekend of War in the Woods. I think there is a ton of people that's overseas or, that's driving or flying in, they would never do it. And they've dreamed of watching it, they would spend $19 for a really nice live feed. It's one that's commentaried, like Freedom Plus deal for the Christmas tree drags. If you're paying for that, man, I think that's awesome coverage.
Yeah.
Like we were in the pit watching it, watching the live feed as we're still in the pits from where we paid for it.
Terry has subscriptions to basically every racing live feed on the planet. So there's your
number one. He's got subscriptions to all kinds of stuff.
Oh, he does.
Besides race and live feeds, but that may be a different show.
Yeah, we try not to talk about that on here.
He doesn't tell me keep it PG tonight, so I was going to keep his subscriptions out of topic.
Well, I'll put it in the chat. So we try to keep it in the DL.
I think there's just too much. There's too many good media guys. There's guys that have awesome live streams with multiple cameras. There's guys that do awesome hype videos leading up to an event. There's awesome guys that do edited videos after the event. Like, there's just too much you're missing out on by not having these guys, all of them, show up.
Yeah, I agree. I mean,
as a promoter, unless you have your own media guy that's working for you, like, he's not going to put out a dig or die video. He's not going to advertise his own stuff like these media guys will.
Right. Yeah, see, I think Ben could come in and do a pay-per-view deal live and have other people, like doing commentary and stuff while he's walking the pits, a second camera, catching where somebody could be switching cameras back and forth from pits to the race.
That's another aspect he does well. Is a lot of his other stuff you see is Thursday night, walking around, hanging out with you guys. There's no racing, there's no stress. It's just hanging out. You get to see the side of the pregame, I'll call it. But then he also does stuff where he actually will walk the pits, like you said, and do some interviews. He'll meet some guys. He'll look at their cars. He'll ask them the generic setup. People would never, even when you're there, most people won't walk up to these guys and ask them those questions.
Yep.
They'll look at a car from afar. They don't want to get too close. They don't want to lean in. They don't, there's just too much. I think these guys are too good at what they do now to not have these guys involved heavily.
I agree.
Yeah, those kind of live feeds are much better. Like, Ben does a hell of a job with that personal part of it. So you're not like, I know a lot of live feeds where all of a sudden, like I said, you get an oil down or something. Now you're just staring down track. What are you looking at? Or they try to come on and chat with the chat. But I mean, it's fun to a certain degree. But then after a while, you're like, you end up switching off because you're like, how long am I going to be staring at the screen of the tractor going back and forth up and down the lanes?
Right. Or
where Ben moves around and he starts talking to drivers in the pits and stuff like that. It's a shit ton of work he does.
Absolutely.
To do all that, but he also builds up now a rapport with all these racers because they get to start to know him as well, right? Like now he seems a lot more, and I'm speaking on his behalf, but it seems he's a lot more sociable now because he knows a lot more people, knows a lot more races. Because let's be honest, the no prep world is not that big. You can go to Kentucky, you can go to Ohio, you can go to Florida. You're going to run into the same people for the majority of the time. You're going to meet the odd new person, but it is a group of racers.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, his following alone is, YouTube is 100,000 people almost. I mean, it's crazy.
Now Ben's head's going to be so big, I'm going to have to buy him a fucking tub of grease to wheel him through the doors, but
well, he's even
but close.
He's done well.
He has. He really has. Like, I love watching his lives, but I also do feel like he's missing out. And I think if he worked with certain promoters, I think the promoters are also missing out on some revenue there that could be made.
But like he said, everybody has a cell phone. That's the problem. So
there is. That's hard.
A lot cheaper than you think they are. They say that, oh yeah, I'll pay $20, blah blah blah, till the time comes. Yeah. And then they're like, well, I can watch. Happy just ripped off Ben's stream and he's posting it live on his page for free. So I'm going to go to Happy's page and that just goes like wildfire. And I've seen it hundreds of times for Flow stuff.
Oh yeah, I do too.
Where you're like, oh, so-and-so's pirating Flow's fucking live stream. Boom. That's got 100,000 views on it. And Flow gets, whatever people paid for it. It would be nice in a perfect world if it worked.
Yeah, no, I do agree with that, man, because I see it on all the Flow stuff. I've even seen it with Freedom Factory stuff, people doing the same thing.
I think if you have a good product, though, people will watch. And that's where Ben, he was surprised how many donations he got. But I think he's on to something with that.
Yep.
Because if people support him, he's going to continue doing what he's doing. If people don't support him, he's not going to go to these events because it's not financially, like he can't do it for free.
Yep.
He can, but for only so long. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, no one's going to invest in multimedia equipment and their time and gas and flights if he flies or however he gets wherever he gets. I know a lot of time last year he rode with Trevor, so he got lucky there. But if he's going somewhere, you know, on his own dime or whatever, or has to drive, it costs a lot of money to go.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Sign me up, post pay-per-view. I'm going to keep everyone entertained for 15 hours straight. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So
maybe something to think about, Ben.
That's life being born the words I never got to be the best. There you go. See, he's doing something right because he did it his own way.
Yeah.
You can copy a lot of what other people do, but it's hard to copy when someone does it something like they're their own personality. It's hard to be a different personality, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Terry, what are you sipping on up there?
Just having a couple. I got a berry orchard here, limited edition.
Ah, how's that?
I started with it because I was afraid I wasn't going to like it, but it was all right. That's pretty good. They were like the Halloween themed ones.
I hadn't tried any. I'm still an Angry Orchard fan myself.
I like them.
So what'd you think about the rule change, Mike? We didn't do a lot, no, but
I have them up here. I brought them so in case, I don't know who hasn't seen them, but some people probably haven't. You decided this year. Now, is this because of what I did at War in the Woods? Partly. Just ask me.
Partly.
It's the gray
I have a tendency to.
It's the gray
cause a
area.
lot of issues for people. So. All right, these were the Truestreet rules. Now, this portion of it,
nothing's changed.
Nothing was changed in here. I didn't read it entirely, but I figured nothing has changed in there. So that's been the same. How long have these rules been like this?
Since 23. We started in 23 with that class.
Okay.
And it was really like I grabbed a rule set that Corey Stamper had ran years ago and went in there and made a few changes that we wanted to make to be different. And we just ran with them and then come up with a name. I hate the name Street.
I know.
Multiple times, man. That kills me.
People get so hung up on names that it's wild because as soon as you say street, it turns into, oh, well, this is a daily driver class. So you need to have heat and AC. You need to have all these things because it's a street class. And it's like, well, no, that's a daily driver class.
Absolutely.
I get it because I go through all the same shit as you do. As soon as you say it's like True Street or Extreme Street or anything with the word street, it's over. Oh, it should have a radio in it. It should have wipers. Why? It's just a class name. Who gives a shit? Honestly.
That's it.
So new for 2026 is this section. So no wings, diffuser, spoiler of any type unless it came factory with the vehicle. No actuators to release the trunk or hatch to act as a wing. I like that stipulation because you knew someone was going to do that.
Well, I'm not an idiot, and I'm a gray area type of guy. So.
I was like, who's going to be the first asshole? As soon as they hit the button, the fucking back half of their car's going to.
The whole trunk's going to pop up.
The trunk's going to pop up, and it conveniently has wings on the side of it that pop out. So good call there. You caught that one before that happened. Now, I know a lot of people were wondering why the back half vehicles allowed with ladder bars or triangulated rear suspension. Because to a lot of people, a Truestreet car isn't a back half car. So what was the idea or the change in that theory?
I feel like there's a group of Pro Street cars that was built in the early and late 90s, throughout the 90s, that never really grew with the times of small tire, never really got into that world, but sitting around that would come race that fits everything else, but they didn't fit a rear suspension rule. They cut their car up early in the years. And like there was a guy that really I think about a lot. His name's Mike Goodman. He is a huge street racer out of Indianapolis. He has a blue like 70 Nova big block on nitrous. Ran the streets of Indianapolis for years. Well, that car's been sitting dormant forever. So this past year, he was like, man, I'm going to enter small tire just to get my car out and run it. He was lucky and maybe went around or two, possibly in small tire, but he has no chance. Well, his car is full interior, roll up and down windows. It's all steel, all glass, even though that doesn't matter, but it fits everything. It's just a back half car with ladder bars. It's an old street race car. And I think there's a bunch of those dudes out there that would come race if they fit a rule set. They're not going to go to an unlimited 28-10-5 rule set and try and go small tire racing. They're going to keep their stuff sitting in the garages. That were just, and the only reason I made that rule change is I just know that there's a lot of back half cars out there that I even know a lot of guys that have 4-link cars right now that are switching to 4-links and putting ladder bars on that fits everything else that's been racing even other stuff. But they just can't keep up with small tire. There's actually a hard tire guy. His car is actually 4-linked. He's like, man, I'm going to pull the 4-link off, put ladder bars on. I'm going to come race Truestreet. I'd rather step up a class because hard tire hasn't grew like what a lot of us thought it would. You know,
do you think hard tire hasn't grown because some people just set the bar really high really quickly?
I do in a way. And now those cars are gone that really did that went out there and just killed it. There's a couple still left that's really fast, but I really don't know. If I was going to build a car today and I wanted to go heads up racing, I feel like I would build a hard tire car and work my way up through the classes.
The problem, I think, is, like you said, it hasn't caught on. I think some people saw a couple cars, and this is just feedback I've heard from people and other people that have seen a couple cars that were in the woods that might have set the bar pretty fucking high.
They did.
And once people saw that those are the kind of speeds that are achievable, I think part of the
Draw.
The draw to bring people in is that they can be competitive. When you see a guy all of a sudden do mid fives, low fives, I don't know what he did, but went that fast on a hard tire, all of a sudden that dream gets destroyed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we have some guys in Canada here that run hard tire, like my buddy Brad. I gave him the hard tires off my S10 because I said, in all honesty, I race enough different classes already. I'm not looking to get into another one, and hard tire wasn't really a big thing. Yep. So I gave him my rims and tires off the truck because we were going to try hard tire if it grew. And they would not compete with some of those guys that are hard, not even close. Like it would be a straight fucking spanking.
Right.
And that's what I think kind of killed hard tire because, there's a couple guys that are lingering out there that if there was money involved, you know what I mean? If the class I think they're kind of waiting, like, looking over the chickens. And as the pen starts to fill, they're going to come back out and fucking stomp the pens when they need to. And I think that's what's honestly killed those classes is there's been guys who've been too fast, too quickly. There wasn't a progression where everyone could progress together. It was like, wow, these guys are running 650 on a hard tire, and then boom, some guys come out fucking 530, done. You're like, what the fuck?
Yep. No, exactly. And I remember the day where there was, I think it was 56 hard tire.
Yeah.
At the one event, and now it's a struggle to get 16. So it's tough to get 16 of them. But then I feel like the rule set with Truestreet has been really good when that's had a bigger car count than small tire.
Yeah, now my question, I do have a question about this. I know we've always made small tire I guess, the thing that everyone's coming to watch,
The
right?
premier class.
Yeah, the premier class. So all the money's always in small tire. It's always big payouts, which I think has discouraged some other classes of maybe growing as quickly because there's never really much money for those
Added
classes.
to 'em. Yep.
Yeah. So I was thinking moving forward with at least our races to try to see and try to promote on the basis of whatever classes fill up the most will be where we give money out.
Yeah,
But
25.
then I know it also, you have those guys that it discourages in small tire because they're like, well, I spend tens of thousands of dollars every year to run a small tire program. And now there isn't 10,000 on top. I also think people have gotten an unrealistic expectation on money.
They have.
Because we used to race, I remember back in the day racing for, the pot was $1,500. It didn't matter how many cars were in that class. Bracket style, you know what I mean? Where it was just as everyone paid $150. It didn't matter if there was 40 cars in that class. It was $1,500 to win.
Nowadays, you got guys that host $100,000 lights on events. I mean, like it's nothing,
Yeah,
And those guys are stupid.
retarded.
They are stupid.
it's crazy. It's
No, but it's okay to have a couple of events a year like that. The problem with that though now is I get messages sometimes from people, oh, how much you putting on top on this race?
They won't even think about coming until they know.
Yeah, like unless it's 10K guaranteed, I'm not coming. Well, where do you want me to get 10K from? Like,
believe
I
me.
think there's a little bit of delusion on how much money promoters make. Like this whole thing is. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no, I way know what.
Yeah,
and I could show messages on my phone of that. Guys are like, if you ain't adding 10 grand, I ain't coming. Well,
yeah,
man, this may not be the race for you.
10 grand. Yeah, where does the 10 grand come from?
My favorite thing.
Well, you had 1,500 spectators there. Okay, and the track works for free. Like, how much money do you think the track is giving me?
All the staff's free.
Yeah,
the EMS is free. The fire's free. Everything's free.
1,500 people just paid me directly. They came to my trailer and they said, "Here's my entry," and I just shoved that in my pocket. I wish. I mean, fuck. I'd host 2 races. You wouldn't see me again for the rest of the year.
I'd be on a boat.
Yeah, I'd be out on my boat for sure.
It's those guys that are looking for somewhere to go. Hey, anything going on here at these times, at this dates, and I need somewhere to race. And then you say, yeah, I got one going on. And they're just like, hey, how much is what's on top?
That's the first question I get a lot now.
We don't got anywhere to race.
I said, I guarantee you'll have a hell of a time and a lot of fun racing here. Yeah, that's it.
Right.
That's what I can. And we'll do we always do badass trophies. I try to, do cool trophies at least. So
sure.
I'm a big trophy guy. I've said this multiple times. You can't show people money. When you come into my shop, I'm not going to take the money I won from a race and fucking put it in a picture frame and put it on the wall because some motherfucker's going to steal it.
Right.
So, but I will put my $20 plastic fucking 4-tier trophy that's got fucking shit hanging off of it and my gold chains that I've won that are fake gold and all that shit. That'll definitely show off.
Yep.
So we're big trophy people. Like all our events, we like to do cool trophies. And I love to go to events that have cool trophies. War in the Woods, everyone wants a War in the Woods helmet.
A helmet.
Yep. You can win that money, but that helmet means so much more.
I agree.
Fucking Jimmy.
So I don't know how
I know where you was going. Now. Like I know with Truestreet being now bigger at some events than small tire, what should we do with the money? And I've asked myself that, and I would like to pay a little more to the Truestreet. Like whatever we get in sponsors, maybe split it. But then I think also at the same token, we're going to lose small tire more. Guys are going to change their cars over to fit the rules. Certain guys are going to chase certain ET, and then certain guys are going to chase money. And I think it could possibly get away from us quick, even having a rule set. And there will not be hardly any small tire. All the small tire guys are going to be going really fast, putting slicks on and going and doing these big, like the Winter Nationals, the Clocks On Nationals, King of the South, events like that. And Truestreet will be, I think Charles said it a minute ago in the comments, it will be the new kind of small tire.
I think we've seen that happening over the last couple of years.
We have. Like
we talked about rules to slow it down, and nobody wanted to do rules. So I think people just slowly started to turn them into Truestreet cars.
Yes. I put 1,000 on top of Truestreet, guarantee money on small tire, and doubled my Truestreet. So there you go.
Mm-hmm. I think it is. I mean, it's small tire junior. That's what everybody calls it. It's the old small tire class.
Well, and that's why I wanted to actually name it. Billy Fields, that travels with us, he's like, why don't you call it nostalgic small tire? Because technically that is the perfect name, and it takes street totally out of it. So we don't have to listen to all this AC, heat, windshield wiper, blinker fluid, mufflers, like it takes all that out of it. And that's technically what it is. But which I really think about this stuff. Where do we really want it to go? Do we want to obsolete small tire, which was our main show, and make Truestreet the main show now? We seen what happened in Big Tire. At one time, Big Tire was kind of the main attraction, and then it totally, it went away. I don't, man, it's $1 million question. Like, I don't know where to go with what.
I don't think there is an answer, but we definitely have to pull back a little bit of the money, because I think that's a big driving point for people. Like, when there's more money involved, people are going to be willing to spend more money as well on their cars.
Absolutely.
So when you're chasing $100,000 checks, you're going to buy a $300,000 car because you can, if you can afford to, which now closes the door for a lot of people who can't afford to. And if you get into Truestreet and you start throwing big money around there, the same thing's going to happen in Truestreet. People will figure out ways to build.
Absolutely.
And then that class is going to just turn into small tire again. That's the hardest thing with this stuff. And I think that's why Little Gangsters has slowly turned to be so popular, because they've legitimately fucking cut your nuts off at 530. That's it. That's done. Like, you can't go faster than that. So that basically is a hard stop to any kind of heads up racing. Is always heads up racing. That's what I'm getting at.
Yes.
So if there's no cap to the heads up part of it, and all of a sudden now you're like, oh, well, this Truestreet race, we're going to be, 25,000 guaranteed. I can only imagine what kind of Truestreet cars are going to start being built. Exactly. The reason they're not now is because all those guys are chasing big money in small tire. So I don't think now switching it around and saying, well, Truestreet will be the biggest class, so now we're going to dump a bunch of money on top of Truestreet. I think that'll destroy it just like it did small tire.
Right.
I think small tire should still, I think everyone just needs to pull back a little bit of the fucking money game here, because like you said, for those big events, like your thing you're doing, Corey's thing you're doing, you're going to get the top echelon, like the baddest country. Like guys like myself wouldn't even attend something like that, because I know where I'm at on the totem pole.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But in Truestreet, if there's like $2,500 on top, I'm happy with that. Even less. You throw 500 on top, I'm happy. It's just a little bit extra incentive. But I'll still show up to a race, even if it has nothing on top, just because, like, if you have a cool trophy, I'll come and race for that. Like, you'll still win money because everyone's still paying into the class. It's not like it's going to be nothing. And the more cars you have to go through, the more people are in the class, the higher the money is. I get all that. It's just this big payout stuff is, I think that's part of the reason. And now the expectation, though, in the no prep world is so high.
Yeah.
Like I said, I get messages all the time. Oh, what's on top? Or I'm not coming. Okay, bro, then don't come race. Like,
right.
If that's where you're at in life, sorry, nobody makes money racing.
Yep.
I don't know very many, unless you're like got some fucking gangster car. And even at that level, if you've got that gangster car, you got gangster expenses. It's all relative. If a guy wins Truestreet races with $500 on top all season, he may only have a car that's worth 40 grand. So to him, that's great. He's making, decent money.
Yep.
Guy's got a $300,000 car. He's going to be chasing $100,000 pots.
Right.
He has to, because that's the level of racing he's in.
Yep.
And I just don't
we've
want to see
seen a divide. Like, we were already starting to really see that. I think Corey did a really good job with that with King of the South. We've seen a lot of the fast guys going that direction. And then now with Poland and Jimmy Dale doing the Winter Series and True 10-5, you see that group of guys. But I think a lot of people also, I think fans and spectators and people think that since they may have heard a couple of those guys' name at a no prep event, those really ain't no prep cars anymore.
No.
Like, they have really divided, because you didn't see anybody that was at Snowbirds running for that 40,000 and True 10-5 running backside at Dig or Die this weekend. There is a straight line, where guys have really divided. I think the backside stuff is going to be big, because guys realize, hey, this is my lane now. I think the fast front side semi-prep or bracket prep, what guys are calling it, on 28-10-5s is going to be really big, because that's a new thing and big money. But I think as far as your average front side no prep, as we used to call it, that's what's been dwindling over the past year or two. And I think we've kind of been seeing that slowly decline, unless it's something special. Unless you're somewhere where there's not many tracks and there's not many events, your events are still going to do good. Or if it's something really special, something that stands out, like Warren Woods. That's a front side no prep, but it is something you can't go anywhere else and get.
No,
you know
absolutely.
what I mean? Like, I think that's why the Gina Rose Airport, it's a front side because it's front side of an airport, but it's like a backside because it's course. So it's something special, and that's why they get a huge car count. But I think our normal front side no preps, we've kind of seen a decline in this part of the country. But I think people have really split. Like, there's real no prep guys that want to race on real bad stuff or the worst stuff. And then you've got the guys that had a car, tried slowing them down and doing that no prep stuff, and it didn't work for them as much. And now they've really stepped their programs up, and they're chasing King of the South, the Clocks on deal, Snowbird deal. And I think that's going to continue to be big for a couple of years. If the payouts are big, if you're paying 75,000 or 100 grand.
Well, yeah, people are going to chase that.
Again,
it's going to be people who have money to be able to build a car of that caliber.
Absolutely. And I think that's where there really won't be no prep guys there. You may see one or two names that you've heard of before, like Jason and Brad will probably try and run Charlie Brown. That car was once a no prep car. Billy's Camaro, he's been fortunate enough to do some no prep stuff. Now he's trying to chase after the really fast. I think there's a few guys you'll see, but not Zach Jones. He tried he was doing the no prep stuff, but was hurting his car trying to turn it down so much.
Yeah.
Now he's just letting it go. So we're losing some of those guys that we've seen on at all of the no prep front side events. We've kind of lost some of the faster guys and are switching over to this unlimited slick prep type stuff now.
I still feel like those guys, though, are still going to come in when they need to get that quick bankroll to go to the next big event. So
they will.
If you've got an event and you're like, oh, guaranteed 10 grand, trust me.
They're coming.
Still going to see Billy's car.
Yeah, they're
appear out of that trailer quick time to scoop up a quick 10 G's till the next race.
They will. I mean? They will.
I don't think they're gone by any means for good, but
no. Ryan Mitchell, he's always going to be trying to do both.
Oh yeah.
But when we really break it down, with number wise, since we are such a small, tight niche community as a whole racing group, like, man, we're probably only talking, there may be 7 or 8 guys that's really stepped their program up. But then there's a bunch of guys that's like, hey, we can slow our stuff down and go to Dig or Die. We can go to these airport events. We can go to Orlando backside.
Yeah.
You know, we can really, man, we can't keep up with these dudes. We're going to let them go ahead and take the reins and take off over here. But we're going to get back to where we'll work on our car. We'll make it go down Orlando. Orlando is one of the slowest, you know, backsides in the country. I love it. I think I mean, it's one of my favorite places. And look how big that event is now.
Yep.
You're really going to have, I think Dig or Die this weekend. I did see earlier that it said that was the lowest car count, lowest spectator count. But on the live feeds, to me, it looked pretty busy from what I've seen in past as far as spectators.
Yeah. So maybe it worked for them.
But I think I think Orlando's good, you know, a good, people want to go see some of this challenging stuff like that. And I think there's a certain group that's always going to do that. I think we have lost some of that middle road though. We're slowly losing it, I think, unless it really stands out.
Yeah.
I think
a lot of people, again, for Dig or Die, I think a lot of people just want the notoriety of winning at Dig or Die because it comes with that prestige.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? And so does winning at War in the Woods.
Comes
with its own prestige.
Absolutely.
KD Cash Days kind of does.
It still hasn't got that name. It still has,
but not on that same level.
No,
you know what I
it
mean?
has.
And
it
same with
hasn't
Orlando. Guys who have won Orlando, it's getting there.
It's getting there.
The thing with Orlando is Orlando, we have a lot of like more streetcar stuff because of TRC, because of Javier's influence. But it's also good because Orlando is still one of those places where no one has figured it out, where they're walking away from everybody and it can be anybody's race.
Yep.
And that's what keeps bringing people back to it.
Absolutely.
I don't know if 5 years down the road from now, maybe someone will figure something out and, you know, you'll start to see people further ahead of everyone else. But I don't even know if it's possible.
Right. Well, and I think that's what stands out. Like
place to race.
Yeah. Something has to be special and really stand out. And I think that is what stands out there. Like that's always what I've known it for. Like you're just not going to go there and dominate.
No.
It doesn't matter to anybody who shows up because everybody's on an equal playing field. It's slow. It's difficult. It's really tough. It's challenging. And I think that's the standout point. You know, that's why I think it's big.
Tyler had a comment here about the M1 fuel. I'm sure you've heard this enough times
fuel
already.
Rule is my only hold up, really. I can't understand why M1 can't be used when the other fuels can come from a drum. I can get away with E98, no one would know, but it costs more. But Tyler, you can also run race fuel, just like the nitrous guys. And that's been my thing. So many of the guys that run M1, we wanted a straight, distinct cut between small tire and Truestreet. There's probably not a small tire car running methanol. I mean, there's not a small tire car running E85 hardly at all. Very
Not
few.
anymore.
All of those guys
few.
have went to methanol.
Yeah.
So if you were running small tire, we wanted you to do something completely different, rearrange your fuel system, buy fuel injectors to fit this class where it is a big difference, or run it on race fuel. Everybody was like, well, race fuel is an advantage. It is only an advantage to a nitrous guy. Nitrous guys really don't have places to race anymore. I think this class really fits. I think a nitrous guy can be competitive in Truestreet, where you're not going to see nitrous cars competitive in small tire anymore. But
I don't. If you can run E98, then run E98. Like,
yeah,
I don't see what the issue. Why everyone keeps complaining about M1, because it's cheaper to run ethanol. You need less fuel system, less injectors.
It's cheaper.
You need a cooling system, possibly. It depends. Some people run E85 with no intercooler. I mean, if you're running 8th mile, you don't technically need an intercooler. It's a good thing to have, but
right.
yeah, I keep reading on Facebook hundreds of times people complaining about the M1 rule. Just the rule is the rule. If
The
you want
rule
to be
is the rule.
switch it to E85, E98, E fucking 93, whatever you want.
Then that's why I made that other post, because obviously when we released those rules the other day, my phone was blowed up and
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
like it was stupid. And I made the post. Rules aren't made to fit your car.
Yeah.
Rules are made for you to race if you want to follow the rules. That's really
That's
simple.
what I'm saying. If you want to be in that class, then just make your car fit the class. There's no point complaining about it because it's not going to change anything.
It's not going to change. And I've heard that M1 rule forever. Why do you allow race fuel? Well, put race fuel in your turbo car. I mean, that's I got a really close friend of mine, Chris Woods, with the white S10. I think you ran him at Warner Woods, didn't you?
Yeah.
He jumped against you.
Yeah.
He's on race fuel in that truck.
Who
And
didn't
that truck
jump against you?
is probably one of the fastest Truestreet vehicles around right now that fits the rules, but he's on fuel.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know why all these guys keep wanting M1 in the class when they could just put their stuff on fuel. Is it because they don't want to spend the money on fuel? You know, because fuel's expensive. I'm like, Chris, I don't know. Like,
Yeah, but running methanol is expensive too. You've got to dump the oil all the time. There's a lot involved in methanol as well, running a methanol car. It's
And
not
now-
cheap.
yeah.
The fuel may be cheap, but everything around the fuel is not.
now I keep hearing from the guys on M1. They're like, man, I've done bought this pump. I've done bought these injectors. Now I've got to get rid of it all. Well, that's
what marketplace is for.
Well, and that's why we made these rules, because we want a distinctive cut. We don't want really small tire cars, unless they make a change, to come over here and run the Truestreet class.
Alex, I'll try that cider. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. I just posted this up quick.
Well, I want to read it now. I got a can of Freedom Edge
important.
cider, semi-dry.
It's important to me.
I know. I've seen them on Instagram.
Oh man, I'd like to try it
I've
too.
never tried it, but
We'll have to check those out. No, I agree with you. This is what I always tell people. When they start messaging me complaining about rules, I said, listen, it's a very simple concept. Just get in where you fit in. It is what it is. We try to make these rules universal. Like I follow a lot of the stuff you guys do.
Sure.
And just to try to keep some kind of, symmetry between all these events so that everybody knows, hey, my car is set up for Truestreet. So these are the Truestreet rules. This is what it is. Done. So I can go from Florida. I can go from Ohio. I can go to Indiana. I wish the guys in Canada would just do the same thing. So it's just one thing. Like everyone always reinventing the wheel. Now with specialty classes, that's fine with me. I don't care. Your daily driver shit. But your main core group of people who build cars, small tire, Truestreet, those kind of classes. I just like symmetry because
Sure.
it's hard to build a car and then say, oh, okay, well, I'm going to this guy's event, but he doesn't allow this. Like his Truestreet class says I need windshield wipers. So now I got to put windshield wipers on for one guy's race a year when everywhere else doesn't require that. Like it just becomes a pain in the ass. So that's why I see what you guys do and I say, hey, I'm just going to copy what they're doing. We changed the small tire stuff a while ago.
Yep.
Because that was the only thing I didn't agree with because I knew chassis cars eventually would be where we're at today.
Sure.
Everyone chirps me, whatever, but it has kept that front side stuff in Florida a little happier.
In check.
And where people, it's worked for us.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing I try not to, I've tried to stay consistent, but outside of that, like your Truestreet rules are fine with me. Like I try to copy as much as I can from similar type of races so that we can all just have the same, like it would be great if we had like a no prep board of directors. You know what I mean?
Well,
And said, okay, these are the rules this year. Everyone follows the same rules. What the hell is that?
What is it?
Someone's got their phone running or something. You don't hear that?
sounds like an advertisement.
Sounds like Happy's watching some Happy porn off.
I ain't got nothing on.
You don't hear nothing?
No, I'm in a silent room. I'm in my studio, though.
That's crazy. I can hear like a TV commercial in the background.
Uh-uh.
Oh, it's Terry.
No, it ain't. I'm just checking.
Yeah, now it went away.
No.
It was one of those subscriptions.
Hey,
Yeah.
stop telling on me.
You know, that has been discussed though over the years, like a like NHRA and IHRA doing something for no prep and having a big organization, and pretty much there would be people from all across the country that run similar events. And if whoever gets on board is on board, and whoever's not on board is not on board, and others wouldn't support others. Like if you're in this group and you follow these rules, then we help promote everybody that's involved. Just like NHRA and IHRA. NHRA isn't going to promote an IHRA event. They've got two different types of deals. IHRA is not going to promote an NHRA deal. You know?
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
It was just something. And when I dropped those rules the other day, I had 3 other promoters. They asked kindly, "Hey man, we read through it, really like what you've done. Haven't really paid attention in the last couple of years, but do you mind we run these rules this year?" And I was like, absolutely. Like, I would love for you to actually run them. It has nothing to do with me or anybody that helped writing them. We would like to have more people with the same rules so that when more guys fit, more guys can travel and go to other events. That's the whole thing. I want guys up here to be able to go to Florida and be able to race in Truestreet down there and have no worries, or wherever, New York or, Michigan.
Yeah, no, I think that would be great if we can get everyone on that kind of, and I like your idea. If you're in that group, then you'll help promote other events as well. And we all help to support each other, which makes total sense to me. Try not to put events on top of each other, stuff like that, right?
Yep. It's hard, and I get it. Like, always get in second chance class.
That's where he fits in second chance, right?
Damn it, Tyler.
There you go. Hey, we all have a class we fit in, right?
God awful.
Damn.
The next one's in end of March, I believe, right currently. So yeah, no, I read your rules. I was like, oh, thank God he didn't get stupid and start fucking changing all kinds of shit, because that's so annoying when you've spent years building a car to a certain pedigree.
Sure.
And the big wing thing, I never cared about that. I said that. Let's either have wings or don't have wings. I could care less either way. Will it make the truck a little more unstable, like everyone says? Probably, but that's no prep racing. That's what it's always been. When this started, fucking everyone was all over the place. So you're going to learn how to drive your car. You're going to learn how to put weight where it needs to go.
Tune it.
And we all move forward again. I don't think all of a sudden now, nobody had big wings before. Look at this.
Well, and I tell you what, man, I know that he popped in there and he said that, but the amount of private messages I got also, the only reason you're allowing race fuel is so that Jimmy Dale can bring a nitrous car and come in here and win. I'm like, you guys.
Blinkergate 2025.
Yep. Oh, yeah. And you just still didn't put the blinkers inside the car. I was surprised.
No.
Blinkergate 2025.
And then the amount of messages I still get over those blinkers.
If we don't make a shirt for Blinkergate 2025, we're messing up.
Dude, this was my thing, though.
Copyright.
If you blur everything out, that's
our new sticker. You're going to see all over every no prep car anywhere in racing.
If the writing of the rules says turning signals, brake lights, tail lights, and headlights must work, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how they're wrote, and that's it. If you put a blanket over everything and I say turn on the left turning signal and that left turning signal blinks, and that's all I can see is that left turning signal, and it's blinking, how can I say that it doesn't work?
No, it works. I just know
It worked. You so see, there it goes. It. What did you say first, though? It worked.
Yeah.
What's the rule say? Must work.
Yeah.
And
now,
I mean, it's
the question I
flows.
have though with that rule is, if you're at the starting line and someone calls you out for them not working, and you say, "Show me that your signals work," then what happens?
They don't work.
In
They
my
don't work.
eyes, that would be no different than a car not starting on the starting line. The guy's got 2 minutes.
Okay, so you got to give them 2 minutes to get in the trunk and tie wires together
And ground
get
that
them together,
wire out.
and then get back in the car. So you're basically gambling on.
How skinny he is if he can get in and out
Yeah,
of the car
so
quick enough.
strategically, if I was someone like Floyd, I'd wait to protest till he's in the lane beside me, so that way he has 2 minutes.
I should have used the blinker to exit the track when I beat Corley.
Jimmy Dale, you know your shit don't work. I would have liked to see those blinkers.
Oh God!
But then, now that we're on that, a lot of guys was like, well, it's common sense that you have to turn a turning signal on from the steering column with a switch. And I'm like, okay, but a guy could have it on his switch panel. He could have left turning signal, right turning signal. He could have a toggle switch on his radio delete panel on his dash that switches. Yeah. So and then a lot of guys was like, well, it's common sense. The driver must be able to operate the lights from the driver's seat. If we wrote rules that's in black and white for every situation that could come up about a rule,
it'd be
for Truestreet, could you just the rules we have in Truestreet? Could you imagine the amount of pages of rules? Because when it says working cooling system, working alternator, I could write probably 2 full pages of Lupo shit around that. What is considered working? I mean, where it could be mounted, it could just snowball into John Sears X275. It's 12 pages.
But now, when it says working, see, again, it's so much gray area. When you say working alternator, does it have to be charging while the engine's running? Or can it just be a hollowed out alternator that's just on the drive belt system?
I would say a 2-second. Yeah. And see, so when we teched Jimmy's car, I actually, to check his cooling system, I said, hey, when you turn the water pump on, I better see water flowing in this radiator.
Yeah.
I opened the cap. And
when an alternator's charging, you should be able to see.
I looked at his dash, and the dash was 16.2.
What's the dash when the car's off?
I don't know. Didn't check it. But his alternator at that time.
So it has to be charging. Because you should see a difference between, obviously, when a car's not on, battery voltage, and when the car's charging, the battery voltage will change.
And he had big cable ran, from the alternator to the battery. And
so it does have to be a working alternator. So you did check to see that voltage.
I made sure his was. Yeah. Because I knew if somebody else, I made sure that the dash was up to power and it had.
Now, second thing, do you think Truestreet now at this point needs to be teched in at every event? Or are we still going to go with the honor system? Because small tire, 28, small tire. I mean, there's not a lot to tech.
Yep. At my personal events, so at cash days at the hill, we will tech.
Okay.
And anywhere that we travel and run Truestreet, we did.
Yeah.
We did before. And the more I talked with Jeff, and he was like, man, I just, guys, we should let racers tech and then put up the protest and then we'll go tech. I did think that was a good deal, but I do think that fits at some events. Warner Woods it's got a lot going on. You know what I mean? And like they're pressed for time. Cash days at the hill, we could bring everybody up, single file line, and we could tech them. We have enough time to do it there. And I think if events that have the time to tech should run every card through tech. I'm actually going to bring Billy Fields in to all the events, and he's going to tech. And it's going to be, he's going to tech to what's in black and white.
Yeah.
So if it says working, he's going to check and make sure it's working.
I think that'll be a big thing with that class. If there's proper tech, I think you're going to see a lot more guys jumping back in. Because I think a lot of guys felt like promoter bias or whatever you want to call it. They're like, oh, well, so-and-so's buddies with this guy, so he gets away with whatever he wants and blah, blah, blah. Like, we tech all the cars through all our events, and it fucking sucks.
It sucks.
I like doing it because we catch 90. Sometimes people are just ignorant. You know, they just don't.
Sure, just don't know.
Like, oh, I didn't realize. Jimmy, ain't nobody scared of you.
And the amount of people that I had to deal with, it was like, oh, well, the only reason he passed is because you and him were buddies.
Jimmy Dale. Yeah.
So then obviously I get on the internet and I was like, I don't even like the dude. I was like, I ain't buddies with him. Well, then there's another picture. We're out to dinner together, you know, like a week later, and everybody's like, I knew you, which we are cool. But I had Billy actually tech the car because I was like,
all I know is he better come to War in the Woods with a full fucking apple platter with caramel on the center like I bring, so he can pay back his daddy. That's the only daddy.
Yeah, damn.
He kills me.
But my plan is to tech everywhere of my personal events. Other guys that follow the rule set, if they don't want to, it's, you know, it's on them. If they want to have the protest deal where somebody's got a protest, I see where it fits some places, and I also see where it doesn't fit other places. Like getting everybody down to the bottom of the hill and teching them in at Warren Woods, it could be rough. You know, like it could be, that could be an all-day deal, and especially if there's 60 this year. Like that could take, once you go through tech this year, you'll get a Jimmy approved snow.
No, when you go through tech at all our events, this is what you get.
Yeah. Right. Hey, now, speaking of that, it's funny because Kenzie's in there and she's watching it and she said this.
You're in trouble.
Have you seen this, though, at some of the other events? You you go through tech at the very first event and you get a sticker and you pay for that sticker. And now your tech's good for the rest of those events that allow that sticker.
Yeah, but I could change the car after that. What does that do?
That was a question I had, so I don't fully understand it. But I think it's more of like a pro mod or like a really fast elite class where they're still got to cross the scales where they, you know what? But I think as far as it take like safety restraints on the blower or window nets or your neck brace or helmet, fire suit, all that stuff is good for the entire year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They've already,
that way,
safety
wise, I get it.
Yeah. And I think you would, yeah. Which I thought, you know, I was like, some of these big events, they got 83 pro mods.
Yeah.
And you check them one time. I was like, that's actually a pretty good deal. Because then when you qualify, you still got to go across the scales. You got to do all that. They're still going to check your fuel. Like they're going to tech for that day, but they're not going to do like the whole overall tech.
Yeah. I mean, you could do something like that. And like Fishhead says, subject to inspection at any given time. So if you try to pull a fucking move.
If I pulled Mike every time and teched him before I knew it,
you're always going to find something.
Yeah, I'd be getting those funny subscriptions to other deals. I mean, like, it'd be a mess.
Look at this motherfucker.
This is so good. He's got to get out of here.
Scales are kind of true.
Who invited this guy in here? I thought we
knew how slow I had to go to beat Mike. Oh man, this guy.
Fuck.
I love it.
The funny thing is, he'll never take a first round call out with me, though.
No.
If I say
You
let's
need
go
that
right off
data.
the ramps at War in the
You need the
Woods,
data.
no chance. He won't
No.
take it. I'm
No, he
down
don't.
for. I'm down for spring, Jimmy. If you want to let your nuts hang, we can go first off the trailer in Truestreet.
Is that happy? Or are you doing?
I don't want to have to wait all the way till the fall.
Hold on. Will you put her back in there for a minute? Yes, sir. We do plan on. Oh, what's up, CD? I know we're going to run the Nitrous Mayhem at Warren Woods twice this year. We'll do it at both cash days. And I think other events like Jeff's down at Lake Cumberland, he's going to do the Nitrous Mayhem as well. And when we travel, I'd like to do it also. I love that class.
Look at this guy. If I go to a frontside prep surface, I'm going to flip that truck upside down and be on its lid.
We need some time for that, for sure.
He wants to run me in fucking, I know already where he's looking to do things. Where he's got all the data and I have nothing. War in the Woods, I'm comfortable though. First round, no problem. I'll be down for that. We've learned a few things since that race.
Jimmy Dale is washed up already. Jimmy is putting the shit in this show. Boy, Tom, your haters are in here.
Oh, Jimmy Dale's haters have arrived. You entered the wrong chat.
They are in here. Hold on. What is that, Happy? I know you have a big influence with Tommy Two Guns. I think he's going fast enough. He should start wearing a Hans device.
All I gotta say to this right here is
I almost had your ass. Tell him Jimmy ain't shit. He can't even beat Tommy. Well,
I think that he's making fun of himself now in the chat. That's good.
this guy, man. Bet you.
No, Jimmy's done big things. I got to give him credit.
Yeah,
That
they got their
fucker
shit together.
has definitely made a class into something, and a lot of people are enjoying it. So, hats
At
off.
first, yes. At first, I didn't get it either. I just thought it was another index class. The more I've been around it, the more I've become a huge fan of it. It is bringing so many different cars and talent and people from different genres, for say, of drag racing to one class.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's unreal. You know, I've went round and round about the clocks off. I was like, man, that's stupid. Everybody knows what they're running. Everybody knows they're going 530s. It's not stupid, though. Those bracket racers that are professional bracket racers, if they could see, because they have people that write down everybody's times and study what this guy's been going, they could have a game plan going into that round to try and play games with them or something. Keeping the boards off in that class, though, I think it's a rabbit foot shoved up his ass. I've seen Allison stick it up there. Oh,
But I know what you're saying because of the way they've designed it.
yep,
It's made it more challenging where the average bracket racer struggles still
absolutely.
to dial
Absolutely.
it in there, basically.
Yep.
But now, for how long?
Well, that's the $1 million question. But also when they're doing these invites and they are allowing, I've seen some of the behind the scenes. I probably shouldn't spill all the beans, but I have seen some behind, and I've seen some of the guys that have wanted to be into a 32 car field, and the amount of cars is ridiculous right now. Let's just say on average, each race gets 100 to 125 guys wanting to be in.
Yep.
Well, I mean, they're going through and looking at your accomplishments and seeing what you've done, where you've been, where you've raced at, everything. And for them to allow some of the baddest bracket guys in that has, I mean, the dude that won the million was at Snowbirds.
It's just
One of the most talented bracket guys in the United States, to go against like Tommy, you know what I mean? And to go against Jimmy Dale himself, and to go against some of these other dudes that are street, that have come from totally different backgrounds of racing. Dude, it's awesome. And with the boards off, them guys cannot study these other guys' tickets or slips or see what they're doing, because they'll even do it with mile an hour. They'll look at that 532 that Tommy just went, but his mile an hour may be 118, and they figure out exactly what he's doing. So they're already coming up with a game plan of how to push him out. Or like, so I really do. In the beginning, I'll admit it, I was like, man, this is just another index class. I mean, they've been running 530 forever. What's the difference? These bracket guys are going to come over there and dominate. Well, they can't. Like,
I've never been an index guy. I've said that always, and I have mixed feelings. But after seeing, like I said, there's nothing you can take away from those guys. They've taken something,
killing it.
They've made it extremely cool. People are enjoying it. So I'm happy. I'm happy people are still going out and racing. I've told Terry we need to try it again. We sucked. I mean, I need to rewire my brain a little bit to understand
how to play
that game, because it's a completely different game than what we're used to.
Totally different.
I can also see it. I mean, those guys brought it to the big stage now. They brought it to places where the normal racer, including myself, would never have an opportunity even to race at. Do you know what I mean? Like, who would have thought even last year, being at World Series of Pro Mod, just the experience itself of being there was cool enough.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You would have never had that opportunity to do anything there if it wasn't for them. So that's why I said, I take my hats off to them. I know I said some shit in the beginning.
I did too.
It's just because I didn't understand it, to be honest.
Me too.
Watching racing from a heads-up point of view, where you're always racing heads up and trying to be as fast as possible, to all of a sudden seeing both cars, fucking battling almost at the finish line, hitting the brakes, hitting the gas, like, it's just confusing as fuck to me.
Sure.
But now that I've watched some of it from a racer's point of view, I can see, it literally is anyone's game if you can figure out how to play that game.
It is.
And right now, Tommy has figured out how to play that game extremely well.
He's killing it, man. And yeah, and I think that's awesome for him too. The platform that he's put himself on, and the people that is inviting him in.
Awesome.
Like, now he's getting a chance to drive an LDR car this year, which is insane. And he even said a minute ago in a comment, like, they didn't really realize what they was doing when they wrote that rule set, and they really did get lucky. Like, they didn't know. I think they felt like they was doing something cool, but I don't think they had the vision of now bringing all these people in from all different realms of drag racing to one class to funnel in. And like, dude, it's awesome, man. And getting a 64 car field at all of these events is nothing. Like, like I said, I seen the guys that was willing to lock in. I could see it on the computer screen.
Yeah.
And Poland even handed me the computer, and he's like, hey, we've got, 30 cars. Pick the last 2 cars that you think would fit, something different.
Yeah.
Well, the list of cars that could have filled those 2 spots was endless. I'm like, holy cow, man. I actually got a chance to see what they're working at home and what they have to go through to try and fill these classes. Dude, it's crazy, because it's an invite deal, and people say, hey, I want in. I'm ready to lock in. And they're
like I said, it's a giant opportunity to be on a big stage. Jimmy Dale opened the door for that access.
Yep.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yep.
No one else would have had the access to run their cars at Bradenton during World Series of Pro Mod or at Snowbirds National or any of those caliber of events, right?
Yep.
So, yeah, it's cool as shit. I mean, that's why I said.
I give it to him, man. Really do.
Absolutely.
Proud of him.
And that's all I'm going to say nice about Jimmy Dale. Fuck Jimmy Dale.
Yeah, and for all the guys saying that, I do all my rules around Jimmy Dale. I mean,
True.
fuck Jimmy Dale too. So I go ahead and say it.
We all say that equally.
Jeez. Well, what's next for you guys?
We got the race. We got a busy schedule again. Oh, fuck. 1 sec, sorry. We have our race on the 17th, the redemption race, which I still got. I'm waiting on the trophies for that. So we have this deal at a Mockley. Mockley is back open this year until April, I believe, or something to that effect. So that's good. I'm happy to hear that. The following weekend, we're either got, I know there's the U.S. Street Nationals, or we got the truck event at a Mockley. I'm 50-50 still.
Gotcha.
The one thing I will say, and the only negative, not even negative, but hard for me, is a lot of those bigger events at Bradenton, it's like a whole week deal.
It is, homie.
It's not like you go, show up, and race.
Right.
So it makes it hard for some people. I mean, if you can take the whole week off and hang out there. I remember even, like, I was sleeping in my trailer last, Little Gangsters like this. See? There's my
you and them feet, man.
God, hey, big money for those feet picks, so I'm giving you guys a couple.
Nasty.
But that's what I mean. Is like, I don't know. I like to show up and race. You know what I mean? And I know that they shove that Little Gangster stuff. Like, it's kind of like I don't want to say a filler, but it's not the main event. Why people like. So the pro mods, all those other guys kind of get a little priority. So you're kind of stuck there all day waiting to test, and then you'll make one pass, like a test pass, or maybe two throughout the whole day. It's just hard to stay there for a week.
I get it. I mean,
I'd like to show up. Like last time, I just showed up basically the Friday, I think. But it also hurt me because I got no testing done. So it's a double-edged sword. You want to be there all week. Like, I'd like to be there Tuesday all the way till, but hotels are ridiculously expensive for some reason that weekend. Because we looked at hotels. What classes on the 17th? All of them. There you go.
Run what you brung, small tire, Truestreet, daily driver, tailgate, sandbagger, 650.
Sandbaggers are junior version of Little Gangsters. So yeah, that's the only hard thing I would say for myself personally. I'd love to run those races, but I'd also like to get a little more testing. So it might be one of those things where we need to go up to Bradenton on a Thursday night when they have their normal test and tune.
Sure.
Or pay the money to go to, they used to do track whores all the time. Do they still do that? You know, Terry?
I don't know.
At Bradenton back in the day, they always used to do track whores. Like a bunch of guys I knew back when we had streetcars, they had these things called track whore rentals, and it would only be like 10 to 12 guys there, and you could rent the track for the day. It was a bit expensive, but if you're testing or want to get that data on Bradenton surface, I think I'd almost want to do something like that first before go to do a Little Gangsters with those guys, because I'd love to come and just hang out with Jimmy Dale, Poland, all those guys. Like, I like all these people. What you see online and the shit talk between us, I literally have zero hard feelings towards any of them. It's just all bullshit. We're all bullshit back and forth. Jimmy knows when he comes and sees me at my trailer is his trailer. He's more than welcome to food, whatever the fuck I got. Always. Yep. But I think we definitely need like some practice on that kind of surface. Like, I never run this stuff, and the problem now with my truck is we've set it so much for backside stuff that I'm way the wrong bias.
Sure.
So
they do those rentals usually every week. Oh, that's cool.
That's what I thought.
You know, and something else too, like as you're saying that, I feel like we as no prep guys are extremely spoiled at the events we run and at the events we go to, because we show up, most everybody unloads, and we start racing that day.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It may lead into the next day, on a 2-day event, and then we're done. We're packing up. We're going home, and the entire event's done. Or we've run 2 events in 2 days. We've ran these classes on Friday and these classes on Saturday, and we're out.
Yep.
But we are completely spoiled to that lifestyle and race style. We're at a professional level of racing. I mean, these guys, like you say, they start rolling in on Sunday or Monday.
Yeah.
Start getting all their pits set up and ready to go, and they're fine with making 1 hit a day and then wrenching on that car and coming back Wednesday and making 1 hit. And then Thursday, they may get 2, and then start going into qualifying rounds. And I'm like, oh, dude, like I'm ready to go fishing or
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's hard for me to leave Bonita first thing in the morning, drive all the way to Bradenton, sit at the track all day like this, humming, and like I got nothing to do. What am I going to do?
Yeah, taking feet pictures.
Yeah,
God.
I don't got to pull the motor out of my truck to put another motor in it in between rounds. So I'm just going to be sitting there and then waiting for them to call me up for the first test session. And then that might be at fucking 6 in the afternoon, or let's say 2 in the afternoon. And then you're waiting there again. Next test session is 7:30 or 9.
I get it.
It's just, I don't know. You're right. We're spoiled because normally, like, that's kind of why I want to go to the truck event. We're going to show up there at 11. We'll be racing by noon. We're going to go rounds, hopefully win something, and go home. And that's
You're going home, eating a steak dinner, and you're done.
We've done 4 or 5 passes, and we call it a day.
Yep. I get it. We're spoiled.
So, yeah, that's the only thing my own personal thing I don't like. I'm just not used to that lifestyle, I guess. But when you got $1 million toter there and you got a trailer that's, you're pulling motors in and out of and rebuilding engines, you're busy all day. I get that. Or you go sit in the living room in the toter and watch on the big screen some TV while drinking a couple orchards to get primed for your first test session. I don't have that life. I got a little trailer that has AC, and that's about it. And I'm going to sit there staring at my feet.
It's just a whole nother level. And I didn't even understand this. So there's 40 parking places on asphalt up front behind the bleachers. Do you know what it costs to park on asphalt?
Mike doesn't, because that fucker was in the dirt.
Yeah, we were outside of the track almost.
Shut off lane. You can pull right into his pit from there.
It is crazy just to think about what it costs to park on that asphalt, and guys are begging to be up there. And there's only 40, and they sell out immediately. Like
I know you guys had one at the Nationals.
$10,000.
Wow.
To park on the asphalt.
So I can imagine how much
when we talk about that,
pull in.
Well, I think one team had.
Yeah, they get a couple.
Yeah, I mean, there was one dude with his whole entourage took up 3 spots. So, I mean, he was 30 mans in deep for parking.
They leave one in the middle open, and then they put 2 on each side and canopy over them. And
so this is a whole nother level of racing.
They're $100,000 in before they started racing.
I need Terry's bank account for that race.
Same.
Well, Happy was just here and he didn't call me. I had stuff ready for him, but
Happy you were in Florida? You didn't even call Terry? Oh, that move.
I'll be back. I'll be back US Street.
You would have ate like a king.
I know. I'm scared of them alligators cruising around the neighborhood.
Yeah, a couple 6-footers.
There was one alligator.
Yeah.
There's just one.
You walk your dog, you walk your gator on the sidewalk.
Same.
Oh, there you go. You got some love.
Thank God he's on. I was just going to say, we had him on shortly last week and kind of opened me up. I had a couple questions, but we were running a little late. But I don't
know if he's talking about his car behind you or that mustache. One of the two.
No, I think he's talking about that bad boy. He's probably talking about this unit right here.
Look at that unit.
Now, he didn't have that unit this year, I don't think, did you?
I had it with me. I just never put it on.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I had it. I wanted to do the whole Snoopy attire, but I couldn't. I couldn't find it in my size.
That car looks good going down the track at night. So I watched you guys pretty closely there.
It's sexy, man.
I was going to ask him what happened with Turbo John there. It looked like the car kind of nosed over halfway down, and then it came back on. It looked like I didn't ask him what happened. I figured it was too soon.
What do you boys think? Clocks on or clocks off? True 10-5.
Hey, leave them off until clock's on nationals, Tom.
Oh,
Come on, man. Give your boy a little hope here. Leave him
give
off.
your Uncle Happy a little bit of love.
Yeah, he let you through tech. You gotta, yeah, he did you a favor in tech. You got to do him a favor.
Even trade off. We're letting you have your C23, like, and no wing. Your car didn't have a wing.
Yeah, banned my big wing.
Dude bought me a whole case of Angry Orchards at PRI just to make this no wing rule.
Jesus,
he's like, I already fit.
I would have bought you 2 to keep S10s with big ones. Just S10s though.
But they have Terry. They haven't really released the video yet of that, but I will say the tune-up that was in the car was loaded up to go really fast. So Charlie on that pass should have went a high 20 to a low 30 at 214, 215 was the tune-up that was loaded up, and it was going to go because it was fresh. And from Jason only made one shakedown. That car was completely blown apart 4 days before Christmas tree. I mean, completely blown apart. So he come off the trailer, and I know the 60-foot loaded up in it was to go 111. It went 106, and he shut it off about 400 feet ish. The 330 was there to go really fast. So we drew Billy first round. So they had a tune up in it to go pretty fast. Billy just went 630s the night before. We find out Billy's broke, but they replaced him with Turbo John. So when we pulled up in the lanes, everybody agreed we were racing him, didn't care. I mean, it was what it was. We actually thought we had a bye, but something you got to realize about the Christmas tree race, it's a show.
Mm-hmm.
Little Gangsters was a race.
Yeah.
But the cars just with the Christmas trees on it, that is really a show. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. So whenever John was like, hey, do you guys mind? Like, no big deal. But yeah, the pass against Turbo John, the converter or transmission one flashed. It went above 8,000. And at 8,000, the nitrous shuts off. So it hit the safety. And then when it got under the safety, the nitrous come on. And then it just whoa, down the track. And when Jay got back, he's like, man, the ignition was cutting off. And they've had that issue before. So when they went through the data, it obviously showed that it hit a safety. But that transmission's got 200 and some laps on it. It's time to come out and get some love. And he said they I think the nitrous engine sold, so I don't know what they're doing next.
Sweet.
I don't know. I've heard rumors, but I don't know.
Turbo time.
Think so? Think he'll go faster than a screw blower and a Hemi?
That'll be interesting.
I thought that's what I was picking up last time, but I picked up this old nitrous engine. I was kind of disappointed.
That would be. If that's what you got in your head. I'd be like,
Right.
oh, what the fuck is this?
I kept hearing rumors about this screw blower and Hemi, and I show up and see this old nitrous engine in the floor, and I was like, geez.
No, he was awesome to have on last week. Kind of opened me up to some different, I wouldn't say different, but we have, I wouldn't say, I mean, some of our events are smaller. I think we cater to a different group of guys for us. So to see Little Gangsters on the big screen, I think I shouldn't say I won't speak for Mike, but my thought process is trying to figure out how we could make that work at a smaller event, at a smaller spectator count, car count even probably, but how could we make that something people want to come see at a not, it's not at a nationals or a, those giant events where people can come anyway and they have a ton of other things to do, see. How do we bridge that gap? Maybe there is no answer. Maybe it's not meant for the smaller.
I don't think for our events that would help us. I think that would hurt us. Because you're going to have a lot of small tire guys then, unless you allow double classing. And at that point, then you have to double class with a big gap because, small tire cars need time to cool down and stuff. I think the minute you try to mix little gangsters with a regular small tire event, there's just not going to be enough cars.
Well, also something you got to look at. Little Gangsters is really not ran on no prep, and a lot of people has that confused. Now, in the very beginning, and when they was hitting it hard and they was agreeing to go everywhere, there was a couple of no prep 530 deals thrown in there. But when was the last time you seen Little Gangsters and Jimmy Dale and Poland being a part of it at a real no prep event?
Yeah,
it hasn't. Could it take off and work? I think absolutely. But you need them two guys.
Well, you need them, and like I said, I think I don't know. I feel like it would pull away small tire cars from the small tire class.
It would.
So now you're going to get like this half-ass class of both.
Well, the problem, and in my eyes too, depending on the front side no prep, guys are going to have a hard time going 530 anyways. So I think you really need to, it would be you would have to pick and choose where it is.
I think so too. And I think you'd have to have, at least for our stuff, I think you'd have to have one or the other. I think trying to run both classes, unless you open it up to double classing where small tire guys can do both.
Sure.
I think if you said you got to pick one or the other, no double classing, I think it would destroy the car count in small tire. Personally. So at that point, then why even bother having small tire? Just run Little Gangsters.
Yeah. But if you included them, if you included Jimmy Dale and Poland, because I do know that certain events are going to be qualifiers to get into other events.
Yeah.
So like you're going to have to be, so if you all got together tonight behind the scenes on the phone and everybody was agreeing to, hey, Immokalee, we're going to take the top 4 cars from Little Gangsters, and now they're going to get an invite to King of the South or Clocks On Nationals or US Street Nationals or whatever it may be. The amount of guys that would flood in to, one, be at one of their events that they're helping promote and put on, but 2, to have a qualifying chance to get in to this next one coming up, it will be full. It wouldn't be hard to fill 32 cars.
Agreeing with that, but I think I already know some of the guys who race at Bradenton in the area.
Yep.
And those are regular small tire guys.
Right.
So now
Immokalee.
Yeah, that race in our small tire stuff. So now it puts like this weird, because it's fast. It's not maybe it's close to as fast as people run in small tire at that track. But that's what I mean. It's like in a weird spot. That's why we do the 650 class, because it's so far away from anything else.
Yep.
That it's like your entry level. Like we were trying to get Terry's Jeep, for example. Daily driven, full interior, blah, blah, blah. I'd like to get it dialed in for that 650 class. That's the kind of class that is. Right. It's not incredibly fast. Most people can get their cars to that level. It's a great class, but it's so far away from all the other classes.
Absolutely.
It doesn't compete with anything.
Sure. No, I totally understand that. And when you have a front time no prep,
so close.
Yeah, that goes 490s and 50s all out in small tire.
Yeah.
These guys are going to slow their car down.
Class. Like I think it would draw away from the actual heads up racing.
Sure.
It just puts you in a weird spot. It's almost like having a second small tire class. So you know what happens with that.
Yes.
You dwindle both. That's what ends up happening. Or you have to allow them to double class, like I said, and now you're moving like, okay, you start with small tire, and now Little Gangsters has to be like second last.
Yep.
So that they have enough time to cool down.
Yep.
And then people get confused. spectators because they're like, why the hell did that guy hit the brakes right before the the finish line? We just watched him do a full pass. I don't know. It is a little. I think what they're doing, I think they have the ultimate stage for what they're doing because there is no other class like it at Bradenton. So when Little Gangsters comes out, it's their own thing. There is no small tire class after that. Yes, they have that Outlaw 10.5 or whatever, but those caliber cars are so much further ahead that it's not even comparable.
Yep. No, I agree. And I totally get what you're saying. And
So
it could fit some places, but you have to be running like the extreme small tire cars, or it has to be on a surface where it is drastically different, where you got guys going 450s or faster in small tire, so that there is no competition of battling for cars to fill both classes.
Yeah, like I think we could run. I got to talk to Jimmy Dale. Obviously, this is his deal, not mine. But anyway, I'll talk to him. I have something we could do. I'll talk to you about it too, Terry, after. I don't want to unload it on here, per se.
Yeah.
But there's definitely potential to do stuff, of course.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys are still running at Immokalee. I thought that was over with, but
so did I, honestly, and it made me sad. And I was telling Terry, I'm like, it really sucks this year, like coming down there, because I'm like, everything is going to be traveling. Like it's right back to the one thing I did love about the winter time is that track, because it's like 50 minutes from me, 45 to 50 minutes. I go with Terry all the time. It's easy for them as well. It's just convenient for everybody. Like even just going to Testantune, like he comes Friday night, they pick up tacos on the way. We meet at the track. We mess around for a while, and then we all go home. And it's not like over strenuous. We're going to Bradenton, or going to Showtime, or going to where else? To Orlando, or all these things are like trips. They're not just quick in and outs. So it is nice. I'm super happy that they're still there. I hope they stay there. I hope they can keep extending this, or they build a new track somewhere in that area, because it is a huge staple in that community. Like for all the guys down in the south there's really nothing else there.
Right.
And I know a lot of them enjoy our no prep stuff that we do, and a lot of them build cars for that, and they want to race, and it's awesome. Like I love the whole community down there, so it's nice to have a place to do this stuff. But it's one of these things, right? Like anywhere, as development starts growing and people start doing shit, sadly racetracks end up getting screwed.
Yep. I get it. Guys, I'm gonna hop off. We got a bad storm coming through. Kenzie just peeked in here. We actually got tornado warnings.
Oh shit.
So it's getting real. I appreciate y'all having me on.
We appreciate you coming on, and I'm glad we could clear up some of the Truestreet stuff. Like you said, I think it's just get in where you fit in at this point. The bitching ain't gonna change anything, so
it's not going to change anything. And to set it all straight, I mean, I changed it for you and Jimmy Dale, and I mean,
thank you.
Yeah,
finally,
heck with everybody else.
I keep it real. I keep sending donations to these promoters. Finally,
feet pictures.
Yeah. How many feet pics I got to send before something changes in this stupid sport? It's ridiculous. I appreciate you guys caving into my bribery. So,
yeah, I had fun. Appreciate it.
Thank you, sir.
And, all right, brother. Take care of yourself.
You guys
Have a happy New Year.
Yep, same.
And hopefully we'll see you down south sometime this winter.
Yes, sir. Thanks, guys.
All right, brother. See you
later, man.
And then there were two. One with a perv stash.
Don't be jealous.
I ain't jealous. Well, let's finish off the show with Terry's tantalizing race clips. What do you have for us this week, Terry?
Nothing.
You have picks.
Yeah.
Or videos.
Yeah, I went
back what you got.
I watched spoiler alert. There was no final. It got split. There was an oil down in the semis.
What are we talking about? Dig or die, correct? This week. We're going to wrap up the show with a little Terry's dig or die rundown.
Dig or die. I did see $1 million race car. There was this guy I used to know. I don't know if you know. His name was Dylan. Is that his name?
Oh,
you remember this? He spent his life savings on a race car one time.
Yeah.
And then I think he sold it. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
All that we did glasses.
Yeah.
Just
He
look
built
at
that giant chassis car.
Let's see if this is the one.
Make go fast.
Let's go right here.
Little brother, Dalton Poston.
Is that the same car? Are you on the soundboard now? You're not even paying attention.
I am paying attention. It's about time someone took Dylan's car and actually did something with it.
Finally won a round.
Dylan couldn't figure shit out.
Finally won a round.
Finally.
All I could think about was how nice that car was. That's what $1 million looks like. Rolling down.
You know what? That car is a beautiful car, and I'm glad someone bought it and is continuing to race with it. So, what do you have next for us, Terry?
Round 5. We'll start there because that's really Eric Mann's got a buy, so he's already going on. And then there was 2 other pairs. One I'll save. These 2 guys, I don't know their names. You're gonna know their names. Round 5, trying to get into the semis here.
Vinny B moving on to the semis.
I think Vinny split with the guy from New York. Joe Schmo.
You mean the guy that's about to race my buddy Clint?
Oh, he raced Clint in what? Semifinals?
Round 5 here. Ready for this?
Round 5 come alive.
Joe Smo rolling on to the next round to meet with Eric Mann.
God damn. That car was rolling.
So was Clint most of the night.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That car must have been rolling.
The car looked good most of the night. So yeah, Eric Mann's was already in the semis. He had a bye in round 5. So the only semifinal.
That's a new car for him too. He was messaging me. He wants to come down in February and race with us. And hopefully, he was asking if Terry's into some Mexican cuisine. I said Terry knows a little bit of Mexican.
I know a spot.
So
there's only one semi. Unfortunate for Eric here, but this is the one I think that ended the evening.
The motor, drive shaft, something, and Vinny is going to take the win.
Oh, damn, he lost the drive shaft, it looks like. That's violent in the car, too, when that thing's beating the shit out of the undercarriage.
Horrendous. Sounds like the world's ending.
That's a nice car. It looks like, looks a little like Blueface from a distance.
Yep. So that wrapped things up, so there was a split. It was late. I think he said it was 1:30 at night when that happened. So I called it.
Gave birth to a drive shaft. Yep.
I do.
Yeah, it's too bad. I heard someone oiled down the track at the end, and that was it.
Yeah.
And they had
to split oil or transmission fluid. I don't know what he
had to do a split in the finals, which sucks. But I mean, it's good for both drivers.
Yeah.
Both get paid. You hate to see a race end like that, but it does happen once in a while. There's nothing you can do. It's better than a 5-way split like we had to do.
That's
and then
what
listen to Mork for fucking
he loves that
2
shit.
hours and 14 weeks later.
He loves it. He'll still tell you how much he likes it right now if you ask him.
Oh,
He'll
yeah.
probably call him on the phone right now.
Oh, yeah. If I message him, he'll probably still tell me. That's fucking bullshit. That was my money.
There was a couple other good wheelies, big finish line wheelies or mid-track wheelies that, again, I think they're getting concerning. You see it more and more on tracks that are, we'll call them the worst in the country, and these guys are mid-track pulling wheelies, power wheelies. Like it's getting pretty wild.
Well, that's the combination of big wings and keeping a
Big
lot of
power.
weight in the back. And big power. I mean, everyone has stepped up the power game for sure. Joe Schmo's car there looked like a big block with Pro Charger on it. I don't know what's in that black car, but that black car looks extremely light, whatever that is.
No front end one?
No, the black one that went to the finals that beat Eric Mans there. Eric Mans was on a rip.
Yeah.
I think if he wouldn't have broken that drive shaft, that would have been, he might have been in the finals himself. Figured I was rowdy, crazy.
Yeah, like we can play one or two. I've only got 2 of them that I clipped because they were, but there was quite a few. But this was round 1. This was right out the gate, small tire. So there was some cars that went down, but this guy didn't have a bunch of test passes. But he's also no slouch. But
That was Larry's car, no? The bracket car?
the bracket guy, yeah, he did that multiple times. But I mean,
He did that at Cletus's first race in the burnout.
That's what I mean. He's no slouch, but
He's got all the traction.
Even the next one I think is a different guy, but it's getting more and more, I guess, is all I'm seeing a pattern of.
It's gonna be right lane Patches. Scarlet.
What was with Patches' wing? Did you see that thing shaking like crazy?
On D-cell every time that thing would just go ape shit. I don't know. It's connected to something. It's always on D-cell.
Well, it's connected to the rear end, is it not?
I think so. I think it goes right through.
So he's probably changing the angle so drastically that
When
the
it
thing
comes down, that the wind,
yeah,
pissed off.
He did that in Orlando as well.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, that's the big wing gang. That's the whole thing of why people were saying they should be banned, because you're going to start seeing more and more wheelies like that.
There's no doubt.
Because it's putting so much downforce on the back of the car. And then they add weight to do the starting line as well.
And then they throw all the power in because you got the grip. And
yeah, the harder you're going down track, the more grip you got. So the harder it's going to do that. Well, I mean, pretty much everyone's got them now. So it's no longer a thing. But as you saw in Truestreet, there won't be any more of those.
She gone.
Which I'm not mad about, honestly. I think they made the right call on that one, because we have to go back a little bit to our roots somewhat. Like, I like the ingenuity, and for small tire stuff, I'm about it. Whatever, do whatever you want to do. But at some point, we need to go back to where it started to try to keep some of the racing alive. Turbulence with no front end. Yeah, like I like Truestreet now, having the full car, you know what I mean? You have to have all the body panels. I like no big wings. I like none of the jazz. We're just going back to street cars. I'm about it. I like that. Chuniak tried it a while back, but couldn't get it to move front to rear fast enough to be functional. Wing is not street. I agree. Here. Where was that one?
Don't worry about it. Reno 911 is great. My pizza delivery guy today, I thought was from Reno 911.
If you've noticed, guys, I've started to give Terry more
I'm getting
stuff.
ready to quit, so enjoy it while it
Oh,
lasts.
Terry's got.
I'm
trying to get Terry more involved so he doesn't just sit there.
I'm waiting for the right time to put my 2 weeks in.
Take my abuse all night. So I like to give Terry his own segments now at the end of the show where
I quit already.
you can't quit. Uh-oh. I see you looking at comments. Are you looking at this comment?
Sometimes no. That looks
Pizza.
delicious.
It does look delicious. Anyway, guys, we don't want to stretch this any later than it has to be. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Thank you for joining us all year. We'll be back in the new year. Like we said earlier in the show, we will be at Immokalee Regional Raceway for the Redemption 5 going down January 17th. I believe Garrett will be live there, fueled by racing. Yes, Terry?
Chum Bucket kills it this weekend, too. I should have got all his passes. He looked pretty good most of the night.
Well, you should have. That was your segment.
I'm just saying it out loud. He did great.
That's a question from the fans for you.
I'll never tell. Never, ever tell.
Yeah. Hope everyone has a wonderful New Year's. We will see you guys all back in the new year, probably 2 weeks from now. So not next weekend, but the following weekend. What'll be? Oh, I guess we'll be testing hopefully the following weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure the turbos. Nick sent me a new set of turbos or turbo shit to try. He says it's going to blow my mind on how good they are.
I cannot wait.
Sadly, Nick couldn't join us, but we'll definitely have Nick from True North Turbos coming on the show. Very smart dude. I'd like everyone to hear and do a little interview with him. He knows a lot about turbo technology, and if you guys have any questions about that. So tonight, I guess he was too busy, he couldn't make it. So we will have him on the next one, hopefully. And yeah, hope you guys all have a wonderful New Year's. And we will see you in 2026.
See you.
Eric? All right. Peace out, everyone.